Well, I hope the camera crew have got enough battery left for what is about to be an epic battle, because just as the plan was predicted, it's been in what, 10-15 minutes. Rob, you tried a piece of meat, got bitted off, then we put a pellet back on, and you were like, no, I want to try meat. So you chucked meat back out, and your rod just slammed round on the rest after about 3 minutes.
Slammed round, Lee.
Slammed round. I mean, this fish is like 60 yards downstream.
It's gone miles downstream. I'm looking at the line on my reel thinking, I hope it doesn't get to the end of my spool. It's gone miles downstream and doing its classic, classic barbel job of just holding itself now in the flow, and then an occasional long run. But the first initial run, oh, absolutely.
I mean, I've been lucky enough to, in this little area, catch a few barbel. And every time I have, they've done exactly what this fish has done. Torn off downstream, and like an epic battle is now underway. Because, talk to us a little bit about this playing, because it's not like playing a carp on a commercial.
No, it isn't. I think steady pressure is the way to go, but you've got to be ready, Lee, because in the blink of an eye they can tear off. You've got this now, this heavy battle that Bob will sort of like sit there, and it's this heavy battle. Now we're on reasonable gear. We've only got a small hook on, because I think a small hook is important for hooking the fish.
You've got that 14, but I think that 14 is strong, and if it's in, I've got a lot of confidence on that. But even like all of a sudden 020 becomes like a bit nerve-wracking, doesn't it?
It does, but you know what? We've got gear on that we feel happy with. I've only got an ounce bomb on because we're not fishing far out. I wanted to use as sort of a lightest bomb possible.
No,
we're not using it necessarily for
that's right. Well, it's
hooking the fish.
Same setup and tackle that we just spoke about.
So it's a case of like just keeping steady pressure on the fish till it gets upstream. And what's going to happen is this feels a nice fish, And
there's some lovely fish in
we talked about all the way through, like our kicker fish.
Our bonus fish.
Our bonus
finisher,
fish. And what we've shown is that we've shown how to catch those small fish on the feeder while still having some bonus fish in mind. So we started off and we've caught those bream, and then the cherry on the top is if you can catch a barbel late on or a chub late on that close line, which is what's happened. And that's like classic on this river. If you're going to catch your bream, he's off again, look. If you're going to catch your bream, it's going to be early, and if you're going to catch your barbel, it's generally late. So it's about getting your timings right. And what I don't want to do is, I'm sort of imagining this is like last half hour of the match.
You've put together double figures, and this is for the winning fish.
This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. A lot of the opens on this river and on the Trent at the minute, they're being won with double figures or low 20 pounds, that sort of thing. This is the fish that could potentially give me that weight. So I want to take my time.
All of that is flipping exciting.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I just want to take my time. I want to make sure it comes out, because I think barbel, they've got a really rubbery mouth. But we don't know where that fish is hooked. We want to take our time. I know that when I get this fish sort of in front of me, it's going to go on that mad run again. So you've always got to be prepared. Just when you think you're getting the upper hand on a fish, that's when these barbel, they tear off, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, mate. And that is the best advice you can give. Like, you feel I'm winning this battle, I'm winning this battle, and then he just goes, see you later, and that's the crucial moment,
So it's just gone round something.
Yeah, I've had that happen again lots of times before, just keeping the pressure on.
Just got to make sure he comes out, because I don't want to end up pulling, because obviously this is one of the reasons we've got that slightly heavier line. Not necessarily for putting pressure on the fish, but there's a lot of snags in this river, and we don't want the line to go round something.
You've got a bottom-hugging fish, Rob, swimming up and down 30, 40, 50 metres of river. So, if there's anything there and he swims into it, he's going to find it. So what's your play now?
I'm not too sure.
Steady pressure.
Steady pressure.
What about slackening off? Is that not for you?
There we go, look, steady pressure and he's out.
Well done,
there you go.
Yeah. I've had it a few times, literally this bit of the river, similar things to happen. Like you think, well, like, this is it, it's gone. But
then he's gone again. Look,
yeah, but that's fine, isn't it? If he's going to go
amazing
again.
How much power they've got. You know, when they decide to go, it's just amazing. Look at this.
It's like you can't keep up, isn't it? It's unbelievable. So you're a backwind guy, are you?
Well, I have a bit of the. I have the drag on as lightly fail safe, just in case I'm not fully concentrating, and then I do like a backwind. There's definitely something there. So like, it's gone in the same area, and you can just feel that.
Yeah, it's a bit heavy and.
Yeah, it's just a bit heavier, and I just wonder if there's something there. I mean, we've got this totally.
Got to keep that pressure on, though, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. I've got this totally free running. So if the bomb does get caught, really we should be still attached to the fish. I mean, it's a scaled down sort of like specimen style version, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah, but it's giving you more and more chance of hooking those fish.
What have we fed while we've been feeding this line up, Lee?
Well, obviously
in half an hour.
You said about being aggressive on it, Rob. I reckon you fed a pint of hemp, I do. I reckon you fed it near on a pint of hemp. Certainly like 50 pouchfuls of hemp. Like you seem to be doing like you did, like we talked about, 10 to start, and then like you've been doing 3 or 4 pouches of hemp every sort of 3-4 minutes, really, you know. So you've been really aggressive, but just for what is this latter period. Bearing in mind, Rob, you know, for 4 or 5 people walking about today, they're saying things like, oh, you never catch a barbel here during the day, and
yeah, we know time of day is massive for massive fish, but it's not overly late. It's not late at all, is it? We're still match time easily, aren't we?
It's 2 o'clock, Rob. You know what I mean? It's 2 o'clock. It's middle of the day in my eyes. So
I see, you know, I see a lot of barbel anglers. They're chucking out big pellets, big feeders. They're sitting on the hands. They don't reel it in.
And they will catch them at the right time of day. Yeah, that's right.
It's similar to when, you know, to a specimen carp angler. You know, we turn up to a venue that is maybe a class as a runs water with max tackle and a bit more active, and we're feeding bait. And, you know, I've had a lot of casts there, haven't I still? I've had a few casts over this line.
Yeah, you've had 3 or 4 casts. Yeah, that's right.
It's not a case of just chucking it out.
Maximum 5 minutes. I think this is your 3rd, maybe your 4th cast of like sort of 5 minutes. So I hope you're sitting comfortable, guys. It might be one of those, like we joke, a few moments later, Rob, because this is going to be an epic battle.
He's well down the
it's miles
peg.
down.
Yeah,
he's miles down the river. You know, you've got the job now of slowly working him back up, haven't you?
Great fish, you know, isn't it, Lee?
Oh,
I mean,
super exciting.
Isn't it strange how we look around and we've seen a few people further upstream, but there's not many people below us today on the river.
No.
And isn't it great to get out on the river, and isn't it the fishing that's on offer? It's just absolutely unreal.
Literally sensational.
You know, we've had a bite every cast when we've chucked our feeder out. We've had, even when we chucked the meat out just for a little spell on that longer feeder line, that 20 metre line, that 17 metre line, we've had like 2 or 3 big days on meat.
Yeah.
The river is absolutely alive with fish. You can see where obviously this slightly longer rod and the slightly more powerful setup comes into play, isn't it?
Very important. I mean, he's in front of you now. He's coming up and up and up all the time, isn't he? He's only slightly down.
Yeah, but listen, Lee,
nervous times now.
This fish will be going on, I'm saying, at least a couple more runs before we get the best of him. Do you remember how long it took me to, when I was just up from you on the Newark Dyke? It took me ages.
Yeah. Well, last year we had a barbel on this peg on the float, and I mean, I must have played that 20 plus minutes, you know, easy. Similar sort of thing, miles downstream, plod around. I'll tell you what, Rob, it looks a big fish.
To me,
doesn't look like a 5-pounder.
I don't want to call it, but I'm saying this could be a big fish. I don't want to call it, but it is a steady, heavy fish, isn't it?
Younger fish tend to scatter around a bit more, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Like, I know they don't tend to hug the bottom in the same way. So this could be sort of, well, we'll see.
God, the bite though, Lee. I love, you know, short-range feeder fishing. I love the bites from these aggressive fish.
So now the fish is back up in front of you.
Yeah, it's just about in front of me, but it's probably about, what, 10, 15 metres out, something like that. And what I ideally want to do, I'm keeping the rod up all the time because I want the fish to get up near the surface. I want the fish to sort of go upstream.
I always feel more comfortable when once the fish moves upstream, don't you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I always feel more like I'm in the end game once I've got the fish to that point. But like you said, he's going to have another go. He's now heading down. Get some flow with him. He's going to be hard to stop, isn't he? So I'm standing up so I can get a glimpse of him as well. We've got
an awkward situation with this weed on the inside. I just don't want him to. Not that I believe that a fish purposely targets the weed. Maybe a tench does occasionally, but I think it's just a little bit of a hairy moment when you've got this weed and these rocks close in. We've got our 5 metre landing net pole up, which I think is important on a natural venue, you know.
Big long landing net.
Big long landing net. We'll see if he goes in this net. It's a 22-inch net, so
you'll get him in.
I'm hoping we can get him
in with the shuffle. It's amazing, like, you know, I enjoy commercial fishing, I really do. I enjoy all fishing, but there's the extra satisfaction of catching what I believe is a very, very challenging fish, you know, in a barbel is fantastic, isn't it? You know, you don't have the same nerves playing a carp, do you?
Lee, this is a powerful rod. It's
a big fish, this is, mate.
I've
just had a glimpse of him. I've just had a glimpse of his tail.
His tail looked about as big as those bream that we've been catching.
Yeah, he's a nice one. He's a nice one, mate.
Cool.
He is a nice barbel. Yeah. Big, strong, powerful fish. Yeah. Had a good look at him then.
Just want to be ready because
of course, you be ready. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There's a definite chance he's gonna.
Yeah.
I always feel that when you get them close, this sort of like. Go again.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got him now. This is the final stages. I'm confident in you.
I'm glad you think I've
got the confidence in you, but like you say, you're ready for that late run if it happens.
I mean, those sort of like 5-pounders, those slightly smaller ones, they're pulling your arm off at this stage, aren't they?
Yeah. No, this is a big fish. I've just seen it. It's a big fish, Rob. It's a big fish. There's a great chance that this is a double. What a massive barbel that is. Oh, cool. That's a good fish.
I'm thinking maybe I could have had him then.
No.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Well done. That was a brilliant net.
Oh, it's that was a
brilliant net, and he is an absolute beauty of a barbel. That is your kicker fish for the finishing of the session.
Cool. What a fish.
What a fish, mate.
Right, Lee, the last thing we're going to do today is put this fish in the net. And
of course.
You know what? In a match, if the scalesman's around, I try and get this fish weighed as soon as possible and get it back. So I wouldn't want to put it in the net. But if you are, he's a beauty. If you are catching barbel, we've put our net in today and we've let it go downstream, no issue. But if you've got even a chance of a barbel, you've got to peg your net upstream, because that way, if you do put a barbel in your net, you let it rest and it kicks off in your keep net, you'll see that if it does have a problem, it's going to float down to the head of your net rather than just sit at the bottom of your net and suffer.
And you
can see it again, because they really don't like.
No, he's battled hard for you there,
Rob. He's battled hard, yeah. So they really don't like.
Bearing in mind it's midsummer, that's a big fish. I'll tell you now, winter time, he's a massive fish. When he's packed on, he's massive anyway. He's massive anyway. He's a double for sure.
Easy a double figure fish.
Easy double. Yeah, I agree. Massive fish.
Let's see if we can. He's hooked perfectly, you know, Lee. Just right in the side of the mouth.
Yeah.
Just shows what you can achieve with a scaled down sort of like approach, because it's only the hook's little. And
I'm just going to come around here, Rob, so we can show the guys this fish. If you want to pass in, then I'll let so you can get off your box. Yeah.
Cool. He's a chunk in there. Look how fit and healthy he is.
Great fish. I'm just going to give him a little bit of water while you get off your box. Come around here. I think this is a fantastic way to conclude this video. We don't often get, big fish like this, but we were lucky last year when we came, we had a fish like this at the end. So for 2 and 2, do you want to come around there?
I'm going to just hold him up here, then we'll keep him rested for a bit, and we'll do some proper photos now.
Okay, lovely.
Because I think he's a beauty, isn't he? Let's just hold him up.
Absolute beautiful fish.
Look at that.
Look at that. That is a stunning barbel. Well done, mate. That was a great job. Great way to end this video, I'm saying, guys. How to catch a mixed bag and those bonus fish that can win you the river matches with a feeder. That is the classic example. Well done, mate. Stunning, stunning stuff.